This is very necessary. You need to do this. Hey. License now. License. We license now.
I'm find out, man.
Since 2008, and NTC was mandated and that was established. Now, since its establishment in 2020, and I more on what they say, organizing the teachers in the country, HRC, and it came with what we call building our portfolio. That's a portfolio. How I say, document it contains everything about a particular teacher. So I have to build my portfolio, I have to build yours. Every teacher teaching or teaching staff, those in administration have to build their portfolio as well. So today's PLC, they are going to go through the rubrics of the portfolio system. And if you take the portfolio, the first item on the list is teaching philosophy. If you talk of philosophy, it simply means your ideas, the things that you believe in as a teacher, as an administrator or as a manager, the things that you believe in, the things that drives you. And they be like becomes your philosophy. Now, and one secret about the teaching philosophy is that it must have one aspect of a philosophical statement. You have to go back to college. The principles of education here. Any philosophy here, it has an educational backing here, or say one of such statements about your philosophy. It's a philosophy. I say believe all children are unique. Everyone is unique. It's so special. That's my philosophy. And that helps me to treat each and every student equally or give them special attention and give them special needs when remedial services is even needed. And the first one is that teaching philosophy. What do you believe in? So in 2 minutes, just write something. Just something. What you believe in as your teaching philosophy. And if you are a manager or administrator, it's going to be your managerial philosophy. How your administratively, how you see the work, your beliefs in the work. You know, with the managers, you work with teachers, you work with the students, you work with your officers for the directorate. Into what do you believe in becomes your philosophy. Now, those in classroom, that teacher in classroom, our philosophy. After writing your philosophical statement, after writing your philosophical statement, these are some other things you need to do. Our methods of instructions. How do you teach? So materialism believes that every child is unique and he employs the multiple embodiment principles whenever he's teaching. That's my philosophical statement. Then, according to NTC, you have to explain three major techniques that you use in teaching. And we know that the methods of teaching, we have the demonstration, we know them. We have the discussion method, we have the project method, the activity method. What NTC says is that after your philosophical statement, you should be able to explain at least three methods that you use as a teacher in the classroom with evidence. With evidence. So if, for instance, I say, okay, I use demonstration. After writing about demonstration method, after writing something about it, I will prove to NTC that indeed I use demonstration in my lesson. So I have to provide a video, a picture of myself demonstrating an activity in the classroom or a student demonstrating something in the classroom. Then you add that picture to it. And as I said earlier, you have to write about three methods that you use. That's the first part of it. Now, the second part of the portfolio is what we call evidence of work. What shows that we are working as teachers? So we are going to prove to them that indeed we are workers and we are teachers in the classroom and we work. The first component of the evidence of work is that you have to come to work. You have to be punctual. So we are going to provide all evidence to NTC that from first term, second term, and third term, you have been coming to school and you have been coming to school and you have been doing the work as required. So you are going to take the attendance book and you will prove to your head teacher, and your head teacher is going to countersign and make sure that indeed everything that is on the paper is correct, and that's true. So the first part is the summarized weekly monitoring tool for 3 years. You are going to summarize your own, you are going to monitor your own work. So summarize monitoring tool, weekly monitoring tool for 3 years. So every year we are supposed to do this. So last year is gone and we are in the second year. Next year will be the third year. And we are going to combine all the three. So first term, you are going to write a report on first term. Second term, my attendance as a teacher. And then third term, my attendance as a teacher. So with the attendance, this is how it should be. How we write our normal lesson notes. So you take your week ending. Then let's say here will be the week. So if this is week 1, and the week we ending is say, let's say 20th March 2023, then how many times was the teacher's attendance register or attendance book open? So let's say 4 times a week. Maybe there was a particular holiday during that particular week. Then my attendance per week. Then we take cumulative attendance. I will explain all the terms. Then percentage of attendance. So you take first term. So weekly monitoring tool for first term for say mathematics block. Then week 1, times open. Then I came to school let's say 3 times per week. I write the 3 here. And cumulative. This side will also be 3. Now week 2, I'll write the week ending. So say it's 27th March 2023. And the number of times open was 5. Then attendance at the back in that week is 5. Then my cumulative is going to be 5 and 3, making 8. Now let's take for instance first term. We came to school for let's say 54 times. So the percentage of attendance is going to be this 3 out of the total attendance, that's 54 times 100. And that will be the percentage. And NTC is saying that as a teacher, you have to come to school at least 90%. At least one mark running 90%. All the time. And you make sure, say, at the end of the day, you are within 90 and 100%. It is our week 3, week 4, up to the last week. That's the first step. Then you go, another sheet. Weekly monitoring tool for second term. Then you do that one. Then for third term, then you do that one. So at the end of the 3 years for us to be able to renew our license, then they will take the summary. You see, they will take the summary of that. And if they take the summary, they will take an average, and the average should be 90%. So 10 we are about 90%. At the end of 1 year, there are 3 times. 3 times. And also 90%. After 3 years, then so I was said almost trying to summarize this one. I was said a year that of 90%. So we can see the monitoring tool like this. You have to monitor your own attendance as a teacher. Yes, sir.
So, looking at what you just did on the board, are we the ones supposed to design a template for it, or you already have a template for that?
Yeah, I've designed the template for that.
So NTC doesn't have like a template.
No, NTC doesn't have. What NTC have is called portfolio report. And each and every teacher, be in classroom or in administration, has a report. So if you go to your TPG portal, you can download your report, and it's there. Entity will tell you this is what I want you to do, but he will not tell you to do this. So you tell you that with the summarized weekly monitoring tool, it should be 90 to 100% attendance. That's what you tell you. 90 to 100% attendance. So if you check your portal, you will see something like that. I'm there. So this is the template I have developed to track
Only
my
talk about
attendance.
the summarized monitoring tool for 3 years. That is only this one.
Yeah, we are doing for only 1 year. So last year we have submitted last year
So
already.
this philosophical methods of instruction, they are not part of the summarized monitoring tool.
No, this one is one aspect of the portfolio. So the
This
first
one is
aspect is your
evidence of work.
philosophy. Yeah, this is evidence of work. So the first aspect is your philosophy, and the methods of instruction or of teaching methods is part of that. Then the second aspect is the evidence of work. So we see that this is the first part of the evidence of work. If indeed I say I've come to school with this track record, then what are the exercises? So the second aspect is going to be the exercises that you have marked and graded with feedback.
Feedback.
Yeah, a feedback asking if there is the need for the student to do correction or rewrite, you have to do that. If there is any comment, you have to do that. And you know one funny thing about the summarized monitoring tool, you have to do it, submit it to the head teacher for him to vet and countersign the school staff.
So after doing this thing, for 3 things, the head teacher must sign.
Must sign and endorse with the school staff.
And then who is also going to sign for the head teacher?
You know the head teacher is an administrator, he has a superior.
Oh.
That's it. So let's go on. The next aspect of evidence of work is our exercises. And you know, but the longest term is not even up to 15 weeks. The longest term is not even up to 15 weeks. The longest so far I have enjoyed is 14 weeks. But NTC is telling us that we have to provide 15 lessons, samples of exercises that we have marked, 15 per term. So every term, 15 exercises, every term, 15. So at the end of the 1 year, you have to submit 45 exercises. And I've received a lot of calls on this because you know the site has been designed in such a way that it only accepts some megabytes, some size of data of information. And you see, if you are adding pictures and evidences to some of, especially taking, you know, you all have different types of films, depending on your prisms and the size of the picture that you take. So you see that after converting everything to PDF, you have about 9 or something megabytes, you have 10, 15 megabytes. And you know, so there is an application called Sleeping 2. Every computer has it, Sleeping 2. It works as a screenshot. So after using your word or converting, uploading all your exercises into the word, you can take screenshot of it. Then you take out the original work, then you put the screenshot there. That will diminish or make the size of the word onto the screen. So with the exercises, you should mark, grade, and provide feedback. And it is 15 exercises. I know you all have that. So from here, you can just take pictures of the exercise. So this one will do. If you have let's say 30 students in your class, you pick exercise 1 and 2 from let's say one student, or exercise 1 from one student, then exercise 2 from a different student. You make sure you capture. Even if there is zero, don't worry. That's the reason why I said you have to provide with feedback. And if there is zero in it, there should be a correction or a reword in it. Just capture everything. They want to do the true reflection of what is in the grounds. But most of us do take only one exercise and we capture everything from exercise 1 to the 15th exercise. Then we go approve. NTC doesn't work like that. You want to capture bit by bit different exercises, different from different learners as well. Then what shows that we are teaching? As far as exercises, NTC is mandating or telling us to provide our lesson plans. Everything in your lesson plan, you have to provide it. And the lesson plan must be vetted, marked, and signed by the head teacher as well.
What about the head teacher?
Yes, with hers, what I do know is that you have what we call you write report. Aside your report, I've forgotten the term. You have something to do. Action plan. Head teachers have action plans. You do so. If let's say your action plan will be, let's say your lesson plan, and your report will be, let's say, that of your weekly scheme of whatsoever, then you have to manage. You have to manage. But honestly speaking, NTC is still updating the system. And you know, I've sent countless of issues and that of what do you call it? Yeah, for them to review the system because teacher in classroom, teacher in administration, you have the same report. You have the same report. Even director, you have the same report. Meanwhile, she's not in classroom, or the director is not in the classroom, but we are all using the same report. So with time, I know they are going to differentiate between those in the classroom and those who are not in the classroom. Now, with the lesson plan, we are to submit 45 lesson plans for the year. So this is what we do 15 per term. 15 lesson plans per term. So I know we all have our lesson notes, so that won't be a problem. Now, what item or what did we use in planning the lessons? That would be the scheme of learning. So the next one, so if you open your portfolio report, every side beer you just click on it, then you approve as a single document, as a single file. You beer, no approve, you beer, no approve. It's then akwenya wo emma sa. Now, what are they telling us about our scheme of learning? You know, we have indicators. The indicators is the B7 dot let's say 3 point. These are the indicators. It shows of learning. The indicators should align to the curricular indicators. What we have in the curriculum and what we have on the scheme of learning, I'll say. Let's say if the curriculum is saying B7.3.2.1 and you are saying B7.3.2.2. Meanwhile, the lesson I will plan here and yet not at the end. And yet at the end, they will check. And honestly speaking, I don't know how they will check. But that's what we are seeing. We should align. They should be aligned. And you know, at the clinical, we have the alignment method of lesson. So you write your topic, it should align with your objective, it should align with your activities, then your TLS. And you know, it consumes a lot of time and it also takes a lot of spaces in the lesson notebook. So our indicators must align the indicators in the curriculum. That's the first alignment. It was a year. Number two. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
You pause for the interview. You want to send it to consent.
Okay, pause it.